you can see, penguins are providing they can provide very good scientific information about the nature, the magnitude, and the location of main priority conservation issues to address. But science is extremely necessary, but it is not sufficient to fix conservation problems by itself. I can say that as a researcher as well. So we need to increase people's awareness to what is happening to the ocean to catalyze a change in the behavior and in the action towards the animals and towards the ocean. Here we see a penguin that died because it got entangled in a fishing net. And penguins have a very natural emotional, or people have a very natural emotional connection to penguins. And unmistakably, penguins are the perfect tool to inspire changes in the actions and in the behavior of individuals, government, businessmen, and the international community. Penguins, as a charismatic flagship group of species, they can also generate this public interest and catalyze political support. But moreover, penguins can be used to protect many marine environments and many other species that maybe we don't know enough about, or maybe we don't care as much as penguins. But for this to happen, we need synergy, strategy, and integration, meaning that we need to work as a teamwork. We need to work together. And this is the reason why we created the Global Penguin Society, and we have 3 interrelated components: science, management, and education. Our main goal is to promote the protection of all penguin species in the planet, and we work with counterparts and colleagues from 17 countries that are shown here with the blue dots, and the red lines in the map are showing the penguin distribution areas. So now I'm going to show you what are the goals and what are the accomplishments that we could do thanks to the Whitley Award, and what are our plans with the continuation award. So as regards science, we try to promote the generation and also the use of the science that is useful for conservation. We link projects with potential funding sources, but we also have our own projects, our own research projects. Here we see 2 of our students. They are weighting a Magellanic penguin chick of 1 month old. And we collect different kinds of information to be able to improve the management in the colonies and also the management in the marine areas that penguins use when they are in the water. For instance, that map is showing our study area, and the yellow spots are showing some colonies, big colonies that are really declining, Magellanic penguin colonies that are declining, and the red spots are showing new colonies that are increasing. We census these colonies, and we track the penguins when they go to eat. And as you can see, all these lines are showing the routes that the penguins use to go and get some food. In some cases, some of the trips are longer than 400 kilometers, so they have to go far, get some food, come back and feed the chicks. And as I told you before, in many cases, if the food is not close, the chicks are dead. And in the north, in the blue colony, in the red circles, those are new colonies, and the penguins are there eating very close to the colonies. That's why they are increasing. And one of the last things that we are doing, and this is something we implemented thanks to the Continuation Award, is we are tracking the Magellanic penguins when they leave southern Patagonia and they migrate towards Brazil, because they spend 6 or 7 months in the water. And this has never been done before. We put a bracelet on the leg made of neoprene and a GPS. And we put that on the VIPs, which are the very important penguins, of course. A VIP is a penguin that we've been tracking since they were born, so we know everything about that penguin. So we increase the chances of finding him again and recovering the device with the information. If we don't get the penguin back, we don't get the information. We put 15, and so far we recovered 11. But we are hopeful that we're going to recover the last 4. So since we received the Whitley, we were able to publish our results in 13 papers, 13 scientific publications, and we made 18 Congress presentations. I picked up 2 of the papers that I think they are a very good contribution. One is reporting a Magellanic penguin mortality, massive mortality, and an extreme migration, and we linked this event to a climate change effect in the ocean. And another paper with a lot of colleagues deals with research priorities for seabirds, not talking about only penguins, but all the seabirds, improving seabird conservation and management in the 21st century. As regards science, we also are part of the committee that organizes the International Penguin Conferences, and now we are helping in the organization of the next Penguin Conference that is going to be held here in the United Kingdom for the first time next year. And with the Continuation Award, we are creating the IUCN Penguin Specialist Group. This group will represent the highest level of scientific rigor and credibility with regards to penguins, and is going to have a very high impact on international and national policy. With the Whitley Award, we were able to assess a penguin population status assessment. We compile all the information for all the species on distribution, abundance, and trends, and we also identified the threats, the research gaps, and we listed all the recommendations for conservation. We did this job coordinating the work of 49 authors from 12 countries, and all this information was compiled into a book that we are editing right now that is called Penguins, Natural History and Conservation. This book is going to be available for pre-order next week. It is printed by the University of Washington Press, and it's going to be printed in English, in Spanish, and Japanese, because Japanese penguins, they love penguins. Japanese people love penguins, sorry. So this book is very important for us, because we think it's going to be a long-time contribution for conservation, for awareness, and also for science. This book is also the symbol of the integration we wanted to achieve with the Whitley Award. As regards management, we collaborate and formulate advice for different governments of different countries. For instance, we coordinated or participated in management plans of 4 countries. And one interesting thing is that we found one new colony called Pedral. That colony was in real trouble because people used to go with pets that killed the penguins, or they used to set bushes on fire where penguins nest. So we made the management plans with the local community, and we asked the government to designate it a protected area, and they did. This colony had 13 nests 3 years ago, and I've just been in the field last week, and the population now is 438 nests. So that's a real concrete success. And then we also implement different penguin conservation initiatives, and in these initiatives we link the local stakeholders, because sometimes they are part of the problem, but we want them to feel they are part of the solution as well. We also help consolidate different marine conservation initiatives. For instance, we coordinated a marine commission to design a 90,000 hectares marine protected area around Punta Tombo, which is the largest Magellanic penguin colony in the world. And since many penguins' migration ranges extend across borders of many countries, we promote the signature of multilateral agreements between those countries. And one last important thing is that the book, we are having results with the book even before it is published, because you have all the information available there, and that set the scene for other big goals. And right now, with the Continuation Award, we are going to work with BirdLife to design a penguin action plan. And we have, during all these years, we have been interested in another organization called Pew from the United States, and now we are investigating the prospects for a penguin global campaign that will address maybe on specific species, but also on specific areas to protect many other animals as well. As regards education, we are very strong about communicating what we do, communicating our findings, concerns, and the news. And we design different strategies depending on the audience. We have a lot of outreach activities, yes, media outreach in TV, in radio, in written press, and we also participate or promote the generation of documentary films about penguins. We offer lectures, talks to communities, to schools, and we offer courses in local towns to train local people into sustainable activities related with penguins, such as ecotourism. And the school trips is one of the highlights of our educational program. We take kids that live very close to penguin colonies to visit the colonies for the first time. This is very typical in developing countries where penguins occur, in Argentina and in South Africa. So we take the kids there, we donate books, and it's incredible because only 10% of those kids have been in those places before. And some colonies are only 20 minutes far from where the kids live. So this is crucial because these kids are going to decide about the fate of the penguins in the future. We also design different educational materials for school, the posters that you've seen outside, leaflets, and we provide scientific advice to design exhibits of interpretation centers, for instance. And thanks to the Whitley Award, we were able to design and publish our website, where you can find more information about Global Penguin Society, who we are, what we do, and about all the different species. In the website, you have all the information compiled, all the information that it's included in the book. And this is very interesting. We made a recent partnership with Disney Club Penguin. I see a kid smiling there. I'm sure he plays this game. This is a game played online by 3.5 million kids daily. So in this partnership, we are providing contents and advice and information about penguins to enrich the experience of the kids and the families that played online. And as a counterpart, they are supporting part of our educational programs. So finally, what I would like to say is that in some cases, penguin conservation problems are not necessarily based on the lack of information. Sometimes it is based on the lack of action derived from what we already know about penguins. Because, people care about penguins. And in many cases, the problems are more or less well documented. But the lack of integration and the absence of a unified vision has been limiting the scope of penguin conservation achievements. So when I see penguins, I feel they really reflect how wonderful and how fantastic this planet is, but also how fragile it can be. Penguins are really highlighting the need to protect the oceans that are sustaining and enriching all our lives and livelihoods. So at the Global Penguin Society, we are working to provide a direction to this endeavor. And we are really grateful to the Whitley Fund for Nature and to all of you for helping us to help the penguins. Thanks a lot.